CNBC is doing a special on pornography.
God bless.
All right. I don't really understand why. There's like no news around it, but they're talking about how sex sells. Anyway, they interview.
Mrs. Ginsburg.
I know, because sex sells, right?
Okay, yeah, of course. And their hook, their button, if you will, is the porn industry suffering because of the recession? So they're going to do like an 8-part special.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how many parts it's got, but so tell me a little bit more about it.
Melissa Lee from CNBC was interviewing Jess Lane, which is obviously a porn star, and the interview was kind of not annoying. Sorry, Freudian slip. The interview was kind of interesting, so we have a snippet of it.
All right, so this is Jess Jane with the reporter from CNBC. Let's
giving
watch.
us insight in the porn industry.
Okay.
But before we obtain this video, let me talk a little more about it. In the video, she talks a little bit about where she really makes the money. So that's what I like the most about the interview, because I didn't expect her to make as much money as she does doing what she does.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, no. By the way, I totally agree. I thought that was the most interesting part of it. I wanted to watch it and then comment on it, so I think we got it ready now. So let's take a look.
So you want to be a brand, basically.
I want to be a brand, exactly.
So what is part of the Jessie Jane brand? Because there are a lot of beautiful girls out there. A lot of them have blonde hair, just like you.
Yeah.
They've got big breasts.
Yeah.
What differentiates you from the rest?
I think that I'm more personable. I love meeting my fans. I know that my
please.
fans make me who I am, and I interact with them.
That's me, it's me.
Which is why Jane is mobbed at events like this, the Adult Entertainment Expo in Las Vegas.
Do you ever say no to a fan when they ask for your picture or your autograph?
Oh no, you know what? Only if I'm in the middle of something else would I ever say no.
But
Oh my
Jane
gosh,
seems
she sounds like such
comfortable
an
in the
airhead.
spotlight and on the red carpet. At the AVN Awards, which some call the Oscars of porn, Jane wins
I wanna go
Best
to that.
All-Girl Sex Scene for this 9-minute scene in Pirates 2. Jane may rack up the accolades for the
Rack
5 to
up.
6 movies she makes a year as a contract performer for Studio Digital Playground, but it's her off-camera work that is the most lucrative.
I make a lot more of my money off not on the contract, off set, off camera.
At store signings, hosting parties, and dancing at clubs like this one in San Diego.
How much could one make dancing at a club, or how much could one make hosting a party?
If you're smart about it, you make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't dance a lot, and I pick 7 or 8 places a year to go. And the more exclusive you are, the even more money you make, because you're not doing it and people want you at their club because it is exclusive.
Pornography has been around since the time of the caveman. It's not going anywhere.
It's a $13 billion industry where the bottom line has always been sex sells. But it's the very same technology that brought it riches, bringing the business of skin to its knees.
This is why people are going out of business.
Melissa Lee reports, porn, business of pleasure, revealed.
All right, first I can tell you what the whole expose is based on that tease, which is they're going to say, hey, if you go on the internet, you can get it for free, so it's causing trouble for the business, and how are they going to adjust? And that'll be our excuse for showing you TNA on CNBC for, God knows how many minutes / hours. But I don't blame them at all. Like, some people online are making fun of them, like, ha ha, right? But sure, why not? How many porn stories have we done? God bless.
Yeah, we've done a lot.
And it's interesting, for the people who don't watch the Young Turks and who are not familiar with that topic, they might find, they're like, oh, I didn't know that about the porn industry. So.
By the way, and I hope you don't laugh at this comment, but when I was watching Jess Lane...
Jess Jane.
No, it's Jess... Oh, it is Jess Jane. Anyway, when I was...
She hates that. It's okay. What's the big deal? So you're not familiar with that porn star. Okay.
Right. Anyway, when she was talking about, her business model, I guess you could say, I thought she was pretty smart.
No, the business model is fine. She sounded like an airhead earlier.
Right.
Like, I think people like me because I'm more personable. they watch your porn because you're personable? No, because, I mean, you get more dudes to, go to work on themselves. I don't, I mean, I don't, that part bothered me a little bit. But no, I agree with you completely. And it's a fascinating thing as to how they make money, and that they don't really make money from the movies, that they make the money from the personal appearances.
Right.
And there's something to be learned from that. Okay, so I put a couple of thoughts behind that. But here's my real question. Who's hotter, Jess Jane or Melissa Lee? Okay, now, you are not an expert on this, so I'm going to have to go to the guys. And look, I think if you look at hotness, it's almost indisputable that it's Jess Jane, right? But who would you rather, da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? And then I think I got an open question. And when I got an open question, I go to J.R. Jackson. All right, you look like you have your mind made up. Let me hear it.
No, I'm thoroughly. Mine is not made up at all.
Oh,
really?
It's interesting. Dave Cole, I'm gonna have to go to you as well.
Neither one. Can I pick someone else that's rocking around there?
Oh, God, you're such a downer. I know you're not in love with either one of them. Okay, Dave.
No, but I mean, one of them has, like you said, you listen to her talk for longer than 5 seconds.
I'm not concerned about that.
Well, she's going to say something.
Okay.
I'm very personable.
I think the most likely thing she's probably going to say is, oh, oh, oh. God, I hate when they moan like that in porn. It's so annoying. All right, Dave, who do you go with?
I think it's a no-brainer in favor of the reporter.
Yeah, I'm with Dave on this. Because the other one, she's so fake and not a real person and looks like a silly blow-up doll, right? The other one's a real girl. She's kind of cute. I'm into her. Yeah. I'm going that direction.
What do you care if somebody's fake or not? Are you falling in love, Cenk Uygur?
Trying to get back at me.
No,
I'm just not turned on by it. I'm not turned on by like a Barbie doll. Okay? I mean, maybe I should be. And I think a lot of guys will say I'm mental, right? Is it time for another TYT poll?
What?
Okay, now my favorite part of this story was when Anna stopped paying attention when we started talking about that. She said, what?